Hey guys, Dev Party here. Welcome back to episode 3 of Making Your Own Standard Library. Now, one thing I noticed after I finished recording the last video is a little bug in vector.h. Now, what we originally had was this const t pointer at and const t pointer operator here. Now, just the simple fix that is just remove this const and make it a t. And now, kind of the reason we want to do that is if we wanted to say like v of 0 is equal to like 5, we wouldn't be able to do that if it was a const. So that's just a simple fix. Anyway, today we're going to be working on something pretty cool. We're going to be working on random numbers. Now, the reason I decided to do random numbers and not something like input and output is just because everything's super static right now. I kind of want difference. I want change. I want unpredictability. So we're going to do this. We're going to start out by making a new item. We're going to call this random.h, and we're going to go ahead and just do namespace and std, basic stuff. Anyways, go ahead and include this in your std.h file, random.h, and we should be ready to go. Alright, so when you think about random, you might think about just calling a function that gives like a random float between 0 and 1. But we're going to do something a little bit more complex. We're going to allow people to like make random distributions and all that. It's gonna be nice. So the first thing you want for a random number generator is you're going to want the thing that makes the random numbers. And we're going to call this a random engine. So we're going to go class random engine. And we're going to go ahead and make some private stuff first. That first private thing we're going to want is unsigned long hash max. And we're going to use this in a little bit to basically figure out the maximum number an unsigned long can be. It's pretty boring. We're also going to want an unsigned long hash number. And this is basically just going to be like our seed. And this is going to change around when we're like calling random. So we're going to need a function that allows the random engine to actually get a random number. And this is going to be private, and I'll show you one in a second. But it's going to be an unsigned long hash, and this is just going to rehash our hash number. Our unsigned long number. I guess actually we don't need unsigned long number. We're just going to do void hash. And we're going to say hash number. This is just going to be a simple hash function. So I'm just going to copy and paste this from this up here. I'm going to give you guys 1 second to write this down while I format this. So basically what this does is it just does a bunch of like random operation, like binary operations and arithmetic operations to our hash number to make it basically unpredictable what it's going to be next time. And when we do that, it kind of allows us to just hash our hash number. Pretty simple stuff. Now we get into the actual cool stuff. We're going to go public here. And we're going to make our basic constructor random engine. The thing we're going to do here is just hash number is equal to like, I don't know, 71 or something. We don't really have to do this. So we're just going to say hash number is equal to 0. Just for to have a constructor. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to make it able for people to seed this random engine. Now you see, because hash number is inside of private, we can't really access this. So we're just going to make a function to do that. We're going to call it void seed unsigned long seed, and we're just going to set hash number to seed, and that's all we need to do for the seed function. And then this is kind of unusable right now to actually get anything useful from. So what we're going to do is we're going to say double random. Now this is going to return our random number, and what we're going to just do is we're going to say hash, and this is going to change our hash number. It's going to like kind of reseed it automatically, so that is what our random is coming from. And then we just return a double hash number divided by double of hash max. Now this just allows us to get a random value between 0 and 1 for the random engine. In fact, we could try this out right now. Let's go ahead and create our own random engine, std random engine re, and we're going to initialize this. It'll automatically initialize. Anyways, so we can go std cout re.random, and then std endline. And this should just give us a random number between 0 and 1. You can run this, Go ahead and see what it gives you. In my case, it gave me this very small floating point number. Hold up, I'm gonna add something here so it's on a different line. Let's just go ahead and delete what we did last time, actually. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and see what number we get. Actually, maybe we'll seed it as well to like this. Just seed it to whatever you want, doesn't really matter. Anyway, we're gonna run this, and we'll see that we get a random floating point number. In my case, it was this very small number. I could change the seed, and we'd get a different floating point number, like this. Anyways, so what we're going to do next is we're going to make a random distribution class. And what this is going to allow us to do is make our own like random numbers between like inside of a range. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go, it's going to be a template class. So template type name T, and then class random distribution. Struggled a little bit there. Anyway, so the reason we're using a type name T is so that they could have like an int or a float or a double or anything they want. Anyway, we're gonna have a T min. Actually, it's gonna be in private because we don't really need to access this from outside. T min, T max, and a double for range, and you'll see why later. Alright, so now we go to the public stuff. So we're going to want our random distribution constructor. And it's going to take in a T underscore min and a T underscore max. And we're just going to say min is equal to underscore min. And max equal to underscore max. And we're going to say range is equal to a double of max minus min. Now this is going to allow us to kind of like range this number and then cast it. Anyways, now we have our basic random distribution class. It doesn't do anything yet, but we're going to go ahead and make one up here. We're going to make a NSTD random distribution RD, and it's going to be type of, let's see here, what's a cool type? Int, and we're going to go in between 0 and 100. Alright, cool. So now what we're going to want to do is actually be able to get random numbers from this random distribution. So what we're going to do is we're going to go T random, and it's going to take in a random engine reference, RE, which is random engine. And then the reason we need to take a random engine reference is because there's nothing actually random about the distribution. It just kind of like casts this value to like in this range. And we take in the random engine, and then we're just going to call random. We're going to say double number is equal to re.random, and then we have our random number. Now we do number times equals range. Perfect. And now this will actually put our number inside of our double range. And then the next thing we do is we just return a T of, we cast number to a T and then we add min to it. So this will make it go between min and max, and this should work just fine. So instead of calling re.random, we're going to go rd.random with re. Now this is going to give us a random number. Going to go ahead and reseed this. It's going to give us a random number between 0 and 100. And in this case, it's 0. We run it again, it's still 0. Oh yeah, because I haven't changed the seed. Go ahead and change the seed, see what happens. You see it's 1. Now, I think there might be something going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out what's going on up in our random.h. Now, I think the reason it's small is because we're not hashing it enough times. So if we just say for int I equals 0, I is less than like 100, I plus plus, and then we hash that, then boom, it will hash it more times when we call random, and it should be able to give us an actual random number. So you see this time is 27. We go and change the seed. It's going to go from 27 to 50. Yeah, basically we just have a bunch of random numbers now between 0 and 100. So yeah, that's basic randomness in our STD library. Now we could really do anything with this, but I think in the next episode we might work on like time management, so that we could like say that hash number is equal to like current like time or something like that, so we could actually like make it completely random. For now, we'll just say hash number equals to 0, and they can seed it. So that was basic numbers in C++. If you guys liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.